Fine.
I walk through the bustling Banquerohan public market, dodging vendors hawking fresh durian and fish, then turn a corner to see shiny glass towers piercing the sky. That mix of old and new hits me like a warm breeze clashing with cool air conditioning. I feel these scenes capture the heart of Davao City's rapid change, as it becomes the Philippines' king city of the South. I see Davao in the middle of a big push forward. I know this transformation brings new jobs and better roads, but it also shakes up what locals know and love. As buildings rise and crowds grow, I wonder if the easygoing vibe can survive. I hear construction noise all over the city, making Davao feel bigger and busier. I feel these changes touch daily commutes and open doors to new spots in town. I watch new bridges span the Davao River and ease jams that once trapped drivers for hours. I saw the Maa Bridge finish last year, and it now links southern neighborhoods to the city center in half the time. I heard workers say it cuts travel by 20 minutes during rush hour, based on early city reports. I notice road expansions along the Buhangan corridor, adding wide lanes for more cars and trucks. I see goods move faster from ports to markets, and I notice fewer backups despite dust from digs. I watch real estate prices climb in areas like Lanang and Matina. I saw a new mall complex boost home values by 15% in 2 years, according to real estate trackers. I watch shop owners pay higher rents, drawing chains from Manila. I see old warehouses turn into condos, signaling trust in Davao's growth. I spot vertical builds dotting the skyline, like a 20-story office in Ecoland housing banks and firms. I feel this shift brings workers from afar and makes neighborhoods livelier but pricier for families staying put. I watch jeepneys, those colorful staples, face updates under the national push. I learned Davao is testing the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program with trials set for mid-2026. I expect new buses with aircon and GPS to replace older models, promising safer rides. I hear City Hall plans routes from the airport to downtown, linking with the soon-to-expand Davao International Airport. I see this setup aiming to handle more tourists and business travelers. I saw early tests show cleaner air from electric options, a win for the green crowd. I know not everyone cheers the switch. Longtime drivers worry about costs to buy modern units up to 2 million pesos each. I see riders enjoy the comfort but miss the cheap fares of old Jeeps. I watched protests pop up last month, with calls for subsidies to smooth the ride. I notice public views are split. Younger people want the upgrade for less traffic while elders cling to tradition. I read city surveys from early 2026 showing 60% support, but only if prices stay low. I feel this tension highlights the push-pull of Davao development. I see jobs blooming in unexpected places now. I notice Davao's economy hums with fresh cash from outside. I watch traditional shops adapt or fade as big players arrive.
I see the BPO and IT BPM sector booming across the city. I count over 50,000 jobs tied to call centers and tech support, a 25% jump since 2023. Night shifts light up office buildings and draw in young talent. New parks like the one in Torreal house firms from the US and Europe. I hear about starter pay around 25,000 pesos a month pulling grads from local colleges. Office towers with glass facades rise in Bahada and buzz at all hours. A recent opening added 5,000 jobs, according to chamber reports I read. Companies are betting on low costs and skilled workers, fueling an economic shock I can feel. I see schools partnering with BPOs to teach coding and customer service skills. This setup keeps unemployment under 5% and gives me hope for Mindanao. Local retailers once ruled by tradition now face new national chains and bigger malls. I watch SM City Davao expand with more floors and draw shoppers from afar. National brands like Bench and Jollibee now open flagships and change the retail mix. International names test the market, like Uniqlo in Abriza Mall, and crowds follow. Sales jumped 30% in 2025, a statistic that tells me consumption is rising. I see traditional markets lose foot traffic as small eateries feel the pinch. Many small vendors sell fewer veggies while busy workers pick up takeout. For local businesses, I advise adapting, listing goods online, and partnering with bigger chains. I know one Sari store in Poblacion that doubled its income through a pop-up partnership. I tell makers to use social media for free exposure and join co-ops to lower costs. hosting events like Food Fest helps small businesses draw loyal crowds and stay relevant. I feel the socio-cultural changes in conversations at home and on the streets. New residents from Cebu and Iloilo swell the population past 1.8 million by 2026. I see 10,000 new movers yearly, mostly young families seeking work and opportunity. Schools and clinics strain under the load, and wait times grow in barangays like Agdao. Water lines lag and blackouts hit during peak hours, making daily life harder for some. I love how diversity mixes Tagalog with Bisaya and blends foods like adobo and kinilaw. But I also notice rising rents that push out elders and strain communities. I remember when Sundays meant quiet beaches, but now traffic hums 7 days a week. Nightlife blooms in areas like Mango Avenue, and young professionals stay out later. Coffee shops multiply, and I grab lattes to go as the city moves faster. These changes test our roots while also building a richer cultural mix. Growth forces leaders to tighten rules to keep the city livable and green spaces protected. The 2025 master plan saves spots like Eden Nature Park and adds more parkland. Ordinances banning plastics in markets have already cut trash by 15%. I see residents joining river watches and new recycling programs taking hold. Water use spikes 20%, and ration days are a reality during dry spells. New trucks, bins, and home composting campaigns help manage the growing waste load. Barangay councils get funds for traffic aids, and I notice safer streets with more lights. Online payments and faster permits let families file documents from home and save time. Reforms add school shifts to handle more kids and ease pressure on classrooms.